drop in housing prices and the way mortgages have turned on people, you're going to see a lot more foreclosures in this area. I have people calling me all the time, you know, what is available with the union? What help does the union help you? Do you know if the CCPOA, you know, is doing anything about it? And I tell them to contact your office.
Yeah, which is exactly what
you know, and I said, you know what, talk to Blakesley's office and Maldonado's office and call Feinstein and Caps and Boxer and get on them and ask them what they're doing.
Yep, and I know that the Assemblyman really does appreciate all the input, and that's how I mean, that's the democracy that we live in, and for you to be able to speak to your elected representatives to let him know how you feel. So we appreciate that you and others are encouraging people to contact him and other legislators to let them know what cuts can be made, as you said, the suggestions for where cuts and waste might be, but also what will hurt families and households the most. So,
okay.
Thank you guys.
And not everyone just gets a pay cut and 2 days off, like from a nurse at ASH. And we don't get to take furlough days necessarily. We get to work those days without pay. And so it's a 24/7 facility, and we're not always allowed to use our furlough days. So it's a different impact. Sometimes people are children in daycare, and even though they're not paid for it, they still have to show up at work. So some people have a slightly, they just don't get every other Friday off.
No,
It's
that's
a
if you're
different
lucky.
impact on us, and so that's something else to consider.
With Caltrans, our guys are out there inspecting. We have to get the roads clear and open and safe for the traveling public. They don't get to take their furlough either. Okay, they're working nights, they're working days, they're working when the contractor needs to work, when the weather permits, right? Like right now, it's great paving weather. So they don't get to take their furlough day time off either. And with the change in the work week structure, with the work week, they're also losing out on what they used to get as overtime. So they're becoming very disgruntled with the new policy of the work week and the way it changed. And they're not as willing to work it. And it's causing a lot of negative morale. The morale, every time they talk about cutting our pay or furlough or anything, you should see the morale for the state workers really goes down the drain. Things do not get done. The morale it just plummets. It truly plummets. It's hard to stay up and say, okay, we'll take this pay cut on the chin and we're going to keep the status quo because we love California. And then what do? Come back and they're going to kick you again. And it's really hard to get people back up and say, you know, we're making a sacrifice. You know, the legislators are making a sacrifice. When they take hiatus and they go on vacation, and then yet again another year without a budget. What's going to happen? Are we going to have a budget by the 30th? Is it going to be overdue again? I don't think we've ever, since I've worked for the state since 1980, I think we have passed a budget on time twice. Yeah, and it's embarrassing. They do this every year. Why can't you do this? They, you know, many of them are accountants, college degrees, very capable, intelligent individuals up there, and they can't do a budget. Put away your political ideology and get to work and get a budget. You know?
Doing right now.
Oh, I don't think so. I beg to differ. Abel Maldonado put his aside and he suffered politically. We all know that. Okay, that's why Sam is where he's at.
I meant the working hard part.
Oh, working hard part? I don't know about that either.
But did you guys, I'm assuming you saw this week that the conference committee, the budget conference committee came out with their new proposal that does not cut state worker pay. So.
Well, see, they have not passed we negotiated, how much time and money did we spend negotiating that contract? The governor finally said, yes, let's go for it. Had DPA say, okay, we'll accept this tentative agreement. We send it up. Oh, let's wait to see what the voters say. Of course voters aren't going to vote everything down. They're tired of more taxes. Okay, we knew that was going to happen. But still, what's that negotiation about? It was just to waste our time and to... It was not negotiating in a fair. It was what is that called?
Filibuster?
Huh?
Filibuster?
Well, no, it's failing to negotiate a contract in, Michael, what's the term when they did not, in good faith, negotiated? No, with labor.
Collective bargaining?
Yeah, they didn't bargain. What happened with us was our tentative agreement. What is that called? Because they failed to negotiate in good faith, right?
But we had an agreement with the governor, and then the assembly didn't, needs to approve our
Right.
contract, and they didn't approve it.
And normally, once the governor says yes, it's just a formality to get it through the legislature. And they failed to do that. And it's very, very demoralizing. So what are we negotiating for? That is lack of respect to your constituency, to your fellow Californian, I don't know how they're gonna get our votes, any incumbents.
Well, I'm sure that Sam knows a lot more about that specific issue. I'm not too familiar with it. But
You should become familiar because you have, your biggest constituency out here is state employees,
yeah.
okay? The Cal Poly, the prison, Caltrans, and all the other small agencies around, ASH, yeah, and Parks and Rec. Your big money makers, Oceano Dunes, and Hearst Castle, and DMV. You need to find out about those things. Or else it's like, we get the, thank you very much for your input, okie doke.
Well, like
And
I
we're
said,
not tired of that.
Sam
I mean, that's why you have
aware.
that's why you have United Domestic Workers out here every day for the last 10 days. They're tired too of not being heard. And you have people in wheelchairs out here because they're tired and they don't want their benefits cut. Somebody helping them with their daily lives. And it's just everywhere. It's a complex issue, and it really needs to be addressed. It's not a new issue. We have the same expenses in government year after year, and it's not a new thing. A budget is a budget.
And
It's not an issue. It's a recurring issue.
yeah, and that's why the Assemblyman is working towards reform too.